as a government and as the party, we are in the trajectory on delivering whatever that we promise to Kenyans. And remember, during our campaign, we conducted all town halls, all 47 counties, which we usually call them economic forums, where we really sat down with Kenyans and asked them on this prioritization of our economical intervention that we're going to have once we get the government. Will this really make it for you, whatever that we are demanding or whatever that we're asking for you? And we put all the manifestos on table. We really questioned the Kenyans, we had the assessment, we conducted their surveys and also their views in terms of whatever that we're going to achieve. And we came up with agriculture, we came up with affordable housing, healthcare, which also is a SHA itself. Again, when it comes to digital superhighway and creative economy and MSME economy. Those were issues that we discussed during the town hall forums, and we came up with a plan. And the plan now is the better plan. And we are in the trajectory of making sure that whatever that we promise, we must deliver. But remember one thing that is making people uncomfortable on these realities of our own doings of the manifesto is the reality that comes with it. There are the factors that affect our economies that they were there before. For instance, when it comes to debt, we have a foreign obligation to make sure we pay our debts. And we need to understand how much do we collect from our taxes? Maybe 3.2 trillion. But again, how much do we get it to service the debt? 1.5 trillion. Then how much do we have? How much do we pay the salary? So all these realities we need to confine and comprehend. So as whatever that we want to achieve, what are other interventions that we can come with to ensure that whatever that we promise the Kenyans, we can deliver? And that's why these issues of affordable housing, people saying, why will tax a Kenyan for a house that is we can avoid? No, it's not that issue. Remember, somebody who is in Mathare or Kibera who understand the issues to do with those houses that are not dignified. So these are the issues that we need to understand. Kenyans need those houses so that they can live in a dignified home. Not only in a dignified home, but also have the house ownership. And these are the issues that we need to intervene, because we cannot have an urban setup where every time we don't have a good planning, where we have those not accessing the water, not accessing the dignified kind of situation in the environment, where the kids are not going to better schools. Those are the issues that we need to do. When it comes to new funding model, remember, we used to pay funding model, but the government won't pay it all. That's why our universities were going to the point of crashing. So we need to come up with interventions of making sure that the new funding model, making sure that for those who cannot afford to pay for their kids to access this education, the government will pay for them. And for those who have, then they can pay for their kids.
All right. Question, because you've seen the challenges that the president has faced over the last few years. And he's seeking, of course, a second term in office.
That's good.
That push ideally should be based on his performance. Yeah. You've seen the level of dysfunction 3 years into his presidency. Now he has less than 24 months to the next election date. And the question is, do you think that that is enough time for him to be able to turn around the trajectory that we are on, for the masses to be satisfied enough to a level to consider him for a second term?
There is one thing that we have to understand. For you to comprehend what President William Ruto is doing, you need to understand where we were and where we are going. That is the first thing. What we are doing as a government is actually delivering on what we promised the people, and also to ensure we give our country a trajectory towards 2030 and towards 2064.
So you're suggesting that he does not have to fulfill his promises within his first term. He's just putting us in the right way.
Actually, we are delivering. There's nothing that we're not delivering, because whatever that we promise people in that plan, in our manifestos, there's nothing that has been left out.
All right.
Yes.
Hans, the other flagship project and